Bahadur Khan was a wealthy landowner who irrigated his lands from a small river. After he got married, his responsibilities increased. To assist him, he employed a farmer. They used to spend nights guarding the fields during harvest season. One year, heavy rains turned Bahadur Khan's dry land lush green. He started to consider this a sign of his marital happiness. The crops were ready for harvest. Bahadur Khan and the farmer were sleeping in the fields. Shortly after, a friend visited Bahadur Khan and invited him to a wedding. Bahadur Khan instructed the farmer, "Take care of the fields and don't tell anyone about my leaving, lest thieves come to know." With 100 rupees in hand, Bahadur Khan left for his friend's village immediately. It was deep into the night. The farmer accidentally set fire to a haystack, which flew into the barn, igniting flames in the field. The helpless farmer tried to extinguish the fire and got burnt himself. The next morning, when Bahadur Khan's wife brought breakfast, she was astonished to see the barn reduced to ashes. Assuming her husband had perished in the fire, she began to weep bitterly. People gathered and asked why she was crying. She explained that her husband had died in the fire with the barn. Believing the farmer's corpse to be Bahadur Khan, they buried him. A few days later, Bahadur Khan returned from the wedding, arriving in the middle of the night as everyone at home was asleep. When his wife caught sight of him, she thought a ghost had appeared in her husband's form and started screaming in fear. Disturbed by her cries, the villagers gathered around, asking what had happened. The wife explained that her dead husband's ghost had returned. Bahadur Khan was taken aback to hear himself referred to as dead. He fled in terror and took refuge in the cemetery, deciding to wait out the night there. He planned to return in the morning to be recognized in daylight. Hungry and exhausted, Bahadur Khan set off towards his village at sunrise. On the way, he encountered a man and asked for food, revealing his hunger. Upon realizing it was Bahadur Khan, the man was terrified, let out a scream, and collapsed. Witnessing this, Bahadur Khan fled again to the cemetery. People arrived to bury a body and mistook Bahadur Khan's request for charity as a plea to distribute alms. Bahadur Khan spoke up, "Count first how many are here, then distribute accordingly." Someone guessed there were 100 people. Bahadur Khan retorted, "Set aside 100 for later, first give me my share." Hearing Bahadur Khan's voice, people dropped their shoes, bells, and dates, and ran away. Bahadur Khan wondered why people ran away upon seeing him. Weary from hunger, he stumbled upon a man in black clothing reading something at a grave. As the grave cracked open, a corpse emerged. Bahadur Khan realized this was a sorcerer. He thought to himself, why not learn magic? He stealthily followed the sorcerer, who, unaware of Bahadur Khan's presence, cast a spell that made the dead rise and follow him. Bahadur Khan desperately pleaded to be spared until he learned the magic. The sorcerer agreed, instructing him to stand aside. Reading an incantation, the sorcerer accidentally caused the dead man to follow Bahadur Khan. Unshaken, Bahadur Khan tried to shake off the corpse, but it clung stubbornly. Eventually, Bahadur Khan tied the undead to a tree and sneaked away. The villagers who witnessed the scene were terrified and rushed back to the village, declaring their encounter with a zombie. The landlord had sent some people to wash clothes by the river. As they were washing, Bahadur Khan also arrived to quench his thirst, prompting the washermen to abandon their clothes and escape on horses. While galloping away, they thought Bahadur Khan was attacking them. Injured, they reached the village. Seeing the commotion, Bahadur Khan realized that attending his friend's wedding had brought great hardship upon him. He resolved to seek his friend's forgiveness and, in the dark of night, set out for his friend's village. After being brought to his friend's house, he recounted the entire ordeal. His friend then took him home and informed the family of the truth, explaining that the deceased was actually a servant. Relieved to see Bahadur Khan alive, the family expressed gratitude to God. Bahadur Khan regretted his mistake deeply, vowing never to commit such foolishness again. So the moral of the story is that the tale teaches us the consequences of misunderstanding and the importance of communication. I hope you really liked the video. Please subscribe my channel for more interesting videos. Thank you.